What is up, everyone? So, I posted a video at like 2 o'clock in the morning regarding the situation that took place yesterday. Because for everyone who watched that video last night, or for anyone who is aware, she took the hook off the entry door, so I cannot prop the door open. And that was 2 days ago. And then yesterday, last night actually, it was probably around 11 or 12, I was in here in the living room recording her as she was walking in and out. She took our wire that we use to prop the door open, which is this right here. That's our wire. We was using that to prop the door open since the hook had been taken. Last night between 11 and 12, she removed that wire, which is my property, and she took it into her own apartment. Therefore, she stole my property. If you watched the video last night or at 2 o'clock this morning, I was very pissed. I was hot. I went off and I said I was going to go to the landlord today and talk about the situation, because you all know we have the rent money, baby. We have the rent money, okay? So I said in the video at 2 o'clock in the morning I was going to have a talk with him before I paid rent, right? Okay. Actually, let me skip it because there's... So I just mainly curious if anything's going to be done about the door.
Listen, I got your message, man. That's not the first or last door that the hook came off. I mean, if you want
Can y'all hear it?
Attend upstairs. I don't have time for drama. I really don't. I'm super busy. I mean, unless you have some evidence that on video that she intentionally took it off, just use a door stopper or something.
We don't have one, Daniel. I mean, I don't know if you checked it yesterday when you were over there.
I didn't check.
Okay.
So that's like one of my least priorities. I mean, obviously you have an issue with this person.
One of his least priorities.
Adults, like,
Tenant safety.
I'm not here to babysit. I'm here to manage the property, not to babysit tenants.
Okay, so then if you're unable to do anything about it.
I told you, I'm offering you another apartment. They're moving out. That's why the fucking dumpster's so full, because they're throwing stuff out.
Right. So if you can confront the hostile situation, then...
I don't know if it's a hostile. I don't know if you're causing it or if she's causing it. I have no proof of that.
That's fine. I do. Is there...
That's fine. You have police reports?
I do. I have to. So is there someone over your head that I can talk to?
I manage the property. I told you.
Right.
I'm offering you another apartment. So what is the question?
So she can do whatever she wants there, and it's fine.
Of course not. If she's assaulting you, harassing you, you have the absolute right to call the cops. Get it on video. Get it. I mean, if you're gonna press charges against her, you're gonna need some evidence for the judge.
Oh, I do, and it was stated in the letter of intent that I have evidence. Just like I have evidence that last night, because she took the hook, I was using a wire to prop the door open. I was tying it, you know. I have video evidence of her taking that off last night. So now she took my property and took it into her place of living, so...
Hold on, what did you do?
Hold up?
Just reasonably think about this. Like, if she did it, I am not at all, by any means, defending her. She should have done that.
Not defending her, but you're blaming me. Okay.
Let you have the door closed when you're smoking. I mean, that's a reasonable request.
Sure, so this is what it looks like. This is what I did. I took a piece of wire and tied the door because I can't hook it now.
Right.
So last night, what she did, she left it there all day, and then last night, she took it off and took it into her apartment.
I can tell you.
Sorry for the shuffling.
Just close the door when you're smoking.
Daniel, then her as a tenant should come to you as a manager and say, inform tenant to close door, please. Not take actions into her own hands.
Listen, the problem is that you guys Or, I mean, you're home all day. I don't know what her schedule is like. Just get on each other's nerves. Just avoid each other. And close the door.
Avoid each other. A bitch stomping over my head 24/7, taking my property. Let me avoid that. We are. That's why we're moving.
I mean, I'm not sure if I answered your question.
You didn't. You didn't.
What is your question?
I asked what you were doing about this situation.
I spoke to her yesterday. And I told you I have another apartment. What else do you want?
We're still living in this apartment, though.
Boop.
We are still currently in this apartment where we are
Boop.
constantly in a hostile situation. And I understand that you are talking to her. I'm not trying to say you're not. But clearly, you talking to her is not enough because
Boop.
the door hook is still missing. And last night...
I didn't know about that one.
And last night... Well, of course, it was late at night. I wasn't going to text you again late at night. Because you're not here. That's, you're out of hours. And now she's taking my property.
Before I have to talk to you about this again, are you going to be paying
He had to go to court.
I want to wait till you can give me time to talk about
And here he goes threatening me about rent.
Any rent is due. I wouldn't want to file an eviction and come on your name, under your residence. I'm sure if you're going to eventually move out of here, whether that's next month or 10 years from now on, you're going to have to look for an apartment. You don't want an eviction on your rent.
Right. I get it. So, are you going to be able to come back today, or...?
I'll be back in like 2 hours.
Cool. So, can you reach out to me when you get back, when you have time, or do I just need to come knock on the door?
Just, when you're having a cigar, when you see my car again, just come in. Hey,
yeah.
He said, hold on. So there's more. So hold on, because we go outside. He had the nerve. Just listen. So we're sitting here arguing. Listen what he had the nerve to do. I hope you can hear over the traffic. He just said, can I get one?
You have this...
Ask for a fucking cigarette. I gave it to him.
And I don't... Look, Daniel, I get it. You're in a tight spot. I have no hard issues with you. It's just frustrating that I put up with this for 6 months and I paid you $9,000. Well, yeah, $9,000 for 5 months because I haven't paid March yet. And this has continued to happen. And I've gone to the police and they...
I understand her position too.
He just said, I understand her position too.
She's concerned with the smoke coming into her apartment. You have the door wide open. That's what happens probably, right?
Probably, especially on days when the wind's not moving and the smoke is sitting around. And when that happens...
Close the door. That's it.
Right.
The problem with the door.
And I need you to understand, as a tenant landlord attorney that you are, she should have came to you and have you inform me, not take matters into her own hand.
No, but we've had this discussion 4 months ago, and she addressed her concerns to me, and I smoked.
Sorry.
Right, you told me that smoke is going to her apartment, and it's always been through the window, or even, maybe if it even is the hallway, my apartment does not smell like smoke.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here because the traffic is too much. So what I said is, he said, I informed you of this 4 months ago that she has a problem with the smoke. So I sat there and said, I get it. You told me that she said smoke is getting in through her windows or maybe even the hallway. I did say that. I then went to go on to say that, but I can tell you my apartment does not smell like smoke. So, that's neither here nor there. That's what I thought. She just walked out, so I had to get quiet to see if she was going to take more of my property off the door, because best believe I have more wire, and I have the door propped open again, so excuse me for pausing. So I did sit there and say, our apartment does not smell like smoke, so it's hard to believe that hers does. He said, well, you don't know if your apartment smells like smoke because you're a smoker. I said, my dad's not. And he says it doesn't smell like smoke. And he said, well, maybe your dad just tolerates it like you tolerate his bad habits. So for someone who is not taking her side, sure the fuck is putting a lot of the blame on me. And let me tell you all something. At the end of the day, I do not care who wants to blame me. And I think it is crazy that he still wants to try and say I am just as much at fault as she is. And look, I'm not saying I'm an angel. I know smoking there potentially can get smoke to go around, but it is not my problem that in the contract it does not say no smoking on the porch. And I'm that kind of boss bitch that I've taken pictures of other people smoking on their porch just to prove that you're not about to single me out. Because it doesn't matter if it bothers her or not. She is not in any legal right to assault me and continuously harass me and take matters into her own hands as far as sabotaging what she needs to get her way. That's true motherfucking tea. And then also in the video, because he was like, well, she's a woman and you're a man. I said, sex has nothing to do with right and wrong. First of all, I said, and second of all, and this is allegedly, because I don't have proof of her doing it, I said, but late last night, I said, which is the 4th or 5th time now since I've lived here, I smell marijuana fill up my bedroom. Okay? I said, and I know no one's sitting out back my window because I don't hear nobody. I said, so my problem is, he's like, it's the first time I'm hearing about it. Of course, because I don't have proof. I know how it works. This is hearsay. I said, but I do know that if she is smoking marijuana in her motherfucking apartment, then I don't give a fuck about the cigarette smoke. Because if you don't want smoke in your apartment at all, don't smoke. Okay, because I don't want the smell of marijuana in my motherfucking apartment, but what do? I put on my big boy motherfucking panties and keep it moving. Because you always want to say, because that's what he said in the video too, you two are adults. No shit. And? So then he went to say, how would you feel? Would you be willing to come here with her and have a mediation? I said, if you want to try it, go ahead, but you tried that months ago and she never showed up, and when she finally did, you did not contact me to have a mediation. But if you want to try it again a few months down the road, meaning now from the last time, then you go right on ahead. But we're sticking to our guns. I didn't pay it. Look, you think I'm playing? I didn't pay it. I didn't motherfucking pay it. Take me to court for an eviction. And that's why I brought it up to him. Take me to court for eviction. Because we paid you over $9,000 in the time span of 6 months for you to sit here and continue to let us be harassed and assaulted and continue to live in a hostile situation. I don't give a fuck that you're offering an apartment now. You're offering an apartment now 6 months down the road because you got served with a letter of intent. So of course now you're going to find solutions. I don't care about none of that, because when it happened in the beginning, you told me, which I would play for you all, but it's on this same phone that I'm recording on. You told me we cannot switch apartments because the company does not like to do that, because then you all lose out on money. So that's fine. I don't care about your apartment. What I care about is living the next month here in peace before you get this money. And I wish I was smart enough to tell him. I didn't. Because you hear me. I try to be nice. Regardless of the situation, I try to be nice to Daniel. Even though he is just as much at fault as her, I try to give Daniel the respect for whatever reason. I forgot what I was saying. I did. I completely lost track. Oh, yeah. So I wish I would have said you can have her pay my rent. And that's why I made sure to bring it up. And you should have seen his face. I didn't record nothing anyway. That's why I don't show you all the video. Because I keep the phone in my pocket. So you just hear the audio. But you should have seen his face when I said, you being the tenant landlord attorney that you are. He was like, oh, you know, I sure do. I sure do. You know the rights just as well as I do. So I guess we're going to go back and have another conversation today when he gets home. Because of course he had when he gets home, when he gets back to the property. Because he had to rush off to court. I'd have to file an eviction. Do it, please. Please file an eviction notice on me after 30 days because, first of all, you can't. Now, at the same time, I don't know how that would work anyway because we're breaking our lease. So you can evict us because we're leaving. But at the same time, we are breaking our lease 6 months. So maybe he can. I'm not sure. But I do have a copy of my letter of intent anyway, so I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. So I don't know if he can do that, but if he can and if he chooses to, because I'm not paying my rent until I know I'm going to have peace in here for my last month. I do know that. And rent is due by the 5th. So why he try to threaten me now anyway, because rent is not even due until the 1st. Okay, it's what, the 27th? So I was actually paying pretty early this time. So again, with those threats of court and all that, I'm ready because I have all the proof I need from both ends, him and her. I guarantee I could win back my $9,000 plus because nothing's been done. That's the tea. That's the motherfucking tea. So with that being said, I will probably go back and talk to him. I will for sure go back and talk to him this afternoon when he gets back, if he makes the time. As you heard him say, he can't even inform me when he's going to be back. I just have to look for his car. I have to continue to search for him, like I have to continue to search for advice, help, all that. So that's fine. I'm willing to go to court. I'm ready to go to court because I'm pretty sure I have this by the motherfucking balls. And you heard him switch up, right? Oh, well, I didn't know she took your property. Of course, because like you said, you don't have time for it. You don't have time to ensure the safety of your tenants. And he went and told me, well, she has a scar on her face. I don't know if you looked at her. I sure the fuck haven't. I look at her long enough to know she's an ugly ass bitch. Oh, but that's shade. Anyway, she has a scar on her face from a bad accident, and now her nose is really sensitive, which is why she has such a strong problem with smoke. But what I find crazy is even though that's coming into effect now, and that may or may not be true, I don't know. Just because a lawyer told me don't mean nothing. So we're going to say allegedly. That is her problem. But she never told me that. She always told me it's because she has white furniture and she don't want her furniture to tarnish. You heard him continue to make excuses for her. Even though he said, I'm not making excuses for her, you heard him continue to blame me. So, that's what it is. Because I can't do nothing about it. At all. At all. Sure, I can close the door when I smoke. Sure. Sure. That's not a problem. But she should have told you. Point blank, she should have told you instead of taking it into her own motherfucking hands. Okay, but apart from closing the door, I could close the door. She's still gonna do some shit because of her windows. And at the end of the day, I don't care because I am in my right to smoke on that patio just like everyone else does on their patio. That's it. That's it. So that's it for now. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. You heard it. You heard it here first. So there will be more. It will come later. I'll keep you all posted. You know that. I always do.